Hey guys, I'm live out here at the location of the U.S. Border Patrol Processing Center where Long Island Audit was the other day. It's just a follow-up, and I'm going to go stand over here on the public area. You can see they have the lines delineating the public access here. There's the public utilities on that side. More public utilities and a fire hydrant on that side. I'm hoping they stay inside if they're smart. That would be the best thing to do, because I don't think that they can recover from the extremely bad look that they now have based on the outrageous comments from Supervisory Border Patrol Agent Alex Salceda, stating that he's happy that a U.S. citizen's constitutional rights were violated, that it was good, and that he himself and his agency would happily continue to violate constitutional rights in the future. Is that the official stance of the U.S. Border Patrol? Is that what they teach them in the academy? Is that what they put out on the news media? Is that what they want the public and U.S. citizens, especially in this heightened state of hyper criticism of ICE and Border Patrol raids and killings and everything else that's going on, shootings especially? Is that the message that they want sent out? That yes, these protesters are 100% correct. We are violating rights and we're proud of it. So if that's the stance of the U.S. Border Patrol, I cannot imagine that Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, and Donald Trump want them to make that their official stance. Imagine if you were a injured veteran who fought in a war for the U.S. Regardless of what you think about that, I have a different opinion. My personal opinion is that most of our wars have been fought because of or directly for a small country in the Middle East that will remain unnamed. But that being the case, still, I just want to know that their Supervisory Border Patrol agents are allowed to come out and make a comment to the news media, reinforcing and boldly claiming that, yes, we do violate constitutional rights. We don't care. The First Amendment is crap, and we will continue to violate constitutional rights. If that's the message that they're sending out to the public, again, that's a very bad look for them. What better way to dispel some of the harsh criticism that ICE and Border Patrol is receiving right now, but to have a professional agent or information officer come out, answer any questions, and go on record saying, no, absolutely not. We do not violate constitutional rights. We 100% want to protect constitutional rights. We're trained on constitutional law. We respect the rights of citizens and aliens alike. We do not train our agents to violate the law, and that those comments will be looked into, and investigation will be conducted, and we're open to transparency and accountability. But no, instead they have a Supervisory Border Patrol agent who runs this entire facility, it can be inferred, who's coming out and saying the exact opposite. That bothers me. That bothers me as someone who pays this guy's salary, that this is what he's out here telling members of the public, whether he knows they're press or not. I have another camera across the street that's recording right there on that tripod, just to get like a better view of everything that's going on. But yeah, that's all. This is just a follow-up video to Long Island Audit's video that he made, where he actually went up there and there was just someone from the public up there speaking to them through the speaker, and then they just left. So I mean, technically that area is open to the public, but I'm just not wanting to give them any reason to accuse me of anything. So we'll record all the license plates out here of all the vehicles that we can. We'll record anything we can see, and like I said, if they're smart, they'll stay inside and they'll completely ignore me. That would be the best thing for them to do. Although I'm going to go next to the U.S. Border Patrol headquarters, which is also here. It's close by. It's in another town, another city called Edinburgh. Edinburg. If anyone here is close by, knows this area. This Border Patrol Processing Center is located on Ware Road and Ursula Avenue. That's the intersection marker right there. So if anyone lives here close by this area, you're welcome to come out. I'll be here for a little while. Like I said, if they're smart, they'll just stay inside. I'm assuming that they came out because Sean went and pulled on the door or went up to it. But yeah, that's why I'm here. I don't like to just see a video like that in an area close to where I live and not take any action at all. So I decided to come out here today and spend some time. I would like to know if somebody from inside could make a comment as to if that's their official stance. Actually, I think I will do that. It does say authorized personnel only, but I believe that's referring to going inside. And since that lady just came up and pressed a button, I'm probably going to walk up there and ask if they'd like to make a statement about the comments of Supervisor Salceda. We'll do that here in a little bit. Just hang tight. For right now, I'm just standing out here. I was going to bring a sign, but I don't want to make it too obvious that it's a protest and not just journalism. I may invoke my right to protest if challenged on why I'm here, or what's my right to be here, etc. But I don't want to make it overtly a protest. But I think it'd be prudent to go up there and chit chat with them. They may have already called the police. I have a mask on halfway, mostly because it's cold out here. It's like 52 degrees. But also for a little bit of anonymity, although when I put it up over my mouth, you can't really hear me good. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it down. So, yeah, we'll see what happens here in the next little bit. Before I turn off the live, I am going to go ahead and go up there and ask them some questions. And then it'll just be a matter of staying behind the other camera and recording for a little while. But yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, maybe you're not subscribed to Long Island Audit. I've actually had a lot of criticisms of Long Island Audit in the past. Still do. My personal thing is I don't like to give the government any reason whatsoever to challenge me, to confront me, and to be in any kind of trouble, if you will. So I just like to stay 100% above board. Sean, on a couple occasions, he did a few things that, in my mind, kind of invited trouble, so to speak. I don't know if he did it strategically, on purpose. I figure he's probably a smart enough guy to know what he was doing, or if he just didn't realize it. Even in the video he made here, one of his comments was, "We're gonna get rid of you guys. We're gonna be getting rid of you guys." Now we all understand that he means they're gonna lose their job. They shouldn't be working there anymore. But that could be taken as in a different way. We're gonna get rid of you. These guys were not smart enough to pick up on it. I'm glad. But it's just a small example. But that's not why I'm out here. I'm just making that as a point so nobody thinks that I'm just out here supporting Long Island Audit. I support anyone who comes out here and asks questions of government and demands accountability and transparency. So, but anyway, getting back to it, if anybody doesn't know, he came down here to investigate where a First Amendment auditor was detained outside the Corpus Christi naval base. And he went down to look into that. And while he was down here, I guess he went through the checkpoint and felt furious. And they detained him because he would not answer their questions. So, and even that, I will always tell them something. I'm not going to ask them what they want to hear. I'm not going to say what they want to hear, but I will answer something. You can remain silent, but it just subjects you to further immigration scrutiny, if you will. They can put it in their notes that, because he didn't satisfy my questions as to whether or not he was a citizen, therefore we detained him further until we could determine his citizenship. But the stupidity about that is that if you just verbally say it, which anyone can do, "Oh yeah, I'm a U.S. citizen," then they just let you go. Okay, go ahead, have a good day. So in other words, it's enough for you to just say it. If you're saying the magic words to them, suddenly, you're good. They don't need to check you any further. But if you don't say anything, then suddenly they're going to do anything it takes to make you say something. So that's why I'll usually say I no longer claim U.S. citizenship under protest, or I'll tell them, I'm jus sanguinis, like I did on one of the videos I posted here, but I no longer claim U.S. citizenship out of protest, hoping that they'll ask me what my protest is, but they never have. They haven't so far, which is good. They just wave me on and let me go. So, yeah, but anyway, he came down, he got stopped, and then the last video he posted, probably now 24 hours ago, it was 14 hours yesterday when I saw it, is he came out here to this processing center and went to the door, and an agent came out who ended up being the supervisor and just boldly proclaimed upon questioning that yes, he's glad that Sean's rights were violated, and it's something that they like to do and they'll continue doing it. And I want to find out if that's the official stance of the U.S. Border Patrol. So, all right, let's go on up here and see what they say, see what they have to say. And then I'll end the live and go ahead and do a static video, and I'll post it up with this later on.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm with Independent Media, and I wanted to ask some questions about some comments made by a supervisory border patrol here the other day in regards to civil rights. Is there someone that can answer my questions?
I will speak to supervisor right now, okay?
You'll speak with him?
I'm gonna talk to supervisor now so he could go to you.
Oh, perfect.
He can talk to you.
I'll be out here on the public access.
Well, you said who did you say you were, sir?
Independent Media.
Independent Media?
Yes, free press.
Okay, I'll talk to him and see what he says.
Beautiful. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Well, they answered. She said she's going to speak to a supervisor and have him come out. Wonder if it'll be the same guy. I don't mind talking to him. I mean, here's my take on it too while we're waiting. Thank you guys for hanging in there. I think there's a possibility that this guy's ego was a little bruised, and he was a little amped up that Sean didn't just worship him. Like down in this area, in South Texas specifically, people really, and I mean really, worship the cops. I mean, the cops are like, there's police, then there's God, and then there's family, and then there's everybody else below that. So police are above God in these guys' eyes. They worship the police in Texas. You file a lawsuit against the police, the judge is hardly even able to contain himself. He's got to put a towel between his legs because he sees the word police and he gets extremely excited and soils himself. So that's how bad things are here in Texas. It is a absolute police state. So I'm sure the guy was totally and utterly shocked that Sean didn't just fall on his knees and begin worshiping him and kissing his boots. And so I think that at some point, very childishly, of course, and extremely unprofessionally, he chose to pretty much say whatever it took to make Sean angry and to feed into, his frustration. I don't know that he was actually saying he doesn't respect constitutional rights. He didn't care about being called a tyrant, and that's another little rant I'll go on here real quick. Calling these guys tyrants is almost like a badge of honor. You're saying that you've made it. You've achieved your goal. Tyrants want unbridled power. They'll do anything that it takes to get it. And if you tell them that they've achieved that goal, that's a compliment. If you call a tyrant a coward or a traitor, now that's different. When you started calling this guy a traitor, that's when the tables kind of turned. And you could see it was affecting him, but he was trying to shake it off. He was trying to brush it off. So that's my thing. I don't think calling him a tyrant is any kind of a slam on them whatsoever. I think calling him a traitor and a coward is much better. Here's the police already. So that was a ruse about the supervisor. But anyway, so that's my take on that. I got maintenance from a building trying to call me. What terrible timing. So, oh, here we go. Hey, Chief. Can I step up there and talk to you? Oh, quick, cool. I'm going to be recording this. Just letting you know. So I'm here in response to a video that I watched from a channel on YouTube. He's a First Amendment auditor, Sean Reyes.
Okay.
Very prominent guy on YouTube.
Okay.
He apparently came down to investigate something that happened in Corpus Christi where an auditor was detained, and he ended up going through the Falfurrias checkpoint. He didn't want to answer their questions, and so he was detained.
Okay.
And he came out here a few days ago, I'm assuming, and he wanted to know, I guess, what had happened, or maybe get some commentary.
Okay.
And a supervisor named Alex Sauceda, apparently, and you're Medina?
Medina.
Oh,
Yes.
Medina, okay.
Yeah.
He came out and just boldly stated, yes, I'm glad they violated your constitutional rights.
Okay.
We love to do that, and we're going to continue doing that.
Okay.
And
That
I-
one I haven't seen none of those things.
Right.
So
You'll
if
see
you're
it, I
looking-
promise you.
If you're looking for a statement or anything, you need
Yeah.
to go through our public affairs.
I'm going to go to is headquarters, sector
Yeah, but
headquarters?
they're probably closed today because the holiday.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but tomorrow, or you can call the number, the sector number, and just ask for a public affairs officer.
You can imagine my
Yeah.
concern, of course, and
Yes,
that's why
yes,
I'm
I
out here.
understand. Yeah, no problem.
You've got a supervisor from Border Patrol saying, yes, we're glad that they violated your constitutional rights, and we're going to continue doing that.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine that's the official stance of the U.S. Border Patrol.
Yeah, like I said, just go ahead and call it public affairs. The only
Yeah.
thing I ask, you can record. I don't have a problem.
I'll stay out
Just
here.
Stay on that side.
Absolutely,
Okay?
no problem. I got no
Okay.
issues with that.
Okay, like I said, they're
Would
probably
you-
not going to be. We're probably not gonna
Are
be-
you able to make any kind of statement? Is
No,
that
you
the
just call
official
it public
stance
affairs.
of
You
the
just call
Border
it public
Patrol that
affairs.
you're happy violating constitutional
Like I
rights?
said, just call it public affairs, sir. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
In this climate, with all the people criticizing ICE and Border Patrol, I cannot imagine that's a good look for you guys. Alex Sauceda is a supervisor, sir. So we'll be posting the number to OIG so that people can file a complaint. I'm going to post the phone number, guys, to Office of Inspector General. That's where you file complaints against Border Patrol. It's their internal affairs. So when this actually becomes a video and not a live like it is right now, you can do that. They give you 3 ways to do it. You can A, do it completely anonymously. B, you can provide your information but tell them not to release it. Or B, you can do it with your name and say it's okay for them to forward the information to you. Let's go ahead and get some information on this vehicle. 155-5014. And then it's, see if we can record the nature of the call. So yeah, guys, that's about the best that I could do for right now. I don't mind calling the public information officer. He did tell me to stay off the property, so I will do that starting now. He didn't want to make a statement, of course. I was able to still tell him, though, my opinion about having a supervisor making statements like that. And I wanted him to know who was on the radar, and that's the Alex Sauceda guy. So what PD may be trying to do is get enough for a trespassing charge, which I can't imagine that would stick. They have signs up there instructing the public on where to go to look for family members, blah, blah, blah. So here comes the second unit. I'll stay live for a little while. I'll stay live for a while. This looks pretty good. We got a few people in here. Sorry guys, it's a vertical video. For some reason, YouTube did not offer me the option of switching it to panoramic, which is kind of frustrating. But yeah, so we'll just stay like this for now. I guess it's mostly code 4 here. No laws were broken except those being broken on the inside. But yeah, I mean, can you imagine that? Can you imagine having a supervisor from Border Patrol boldly and proudly proclaiming, good, I'm glad they violated your rights. Oh, all this First Amendment crap, this First Amendment garbage that you're talking about, you're just doing this, blah, 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 blah. Unbelievable. I'm not a veteran. I didn't serve in the military. I used to work for Homeland Security back in the day. Man, I mean, I never got shot and blown up, quote unquote, defending this country. And I say that in quotation marks, you know, that's the official line. But regardless, if that's what they thought that they were doing, imagine hearing a supervisory Border Patrol agent whose job you probably could have and should have had, but for not the fact that you are now severely disabled due to having served your country. And then here this guy comes out and just boldly craps on the U.S. Constitution. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I'm probably gonna have to end this here, guys. My landlord is calling me. They got to go in, and my AC stopped working. So I got to answer and say yes, they can go in. But hey, guys, thanks for hanging out. This is going to be posted as a video, and I'll add the other footage to it later. Anybody wants to join me, I'm still going to be out here for a little while longer. It's just going to be a video at this point. So come on out and join the cause. Let's see if we can get some accountability for this horrific individual who hates the U.S. Constitution, but somehow is working for the federal government. Make it make sense. All right, guys.